Why the Heptones were bigger than you think, and Babylon won't tell you. This is One Drop Facts, where we don't regurgitate Wikipedia. We reveal what Babylon forgot to mention. Let's roll. Everyone talks about Bob Marley. But before Bob, the Heptones were already laying the bricks of what would become roots reggae. Formed in the early 60s, Leroy Sibbles, Barry Llewellyn, and Earl Morgan, the Heptones didn't just ride the shift from ska to rocksteady, they defined it. When they walked into Studio One, Coxsone Dodd didn't just sign a vocal group, he found a musical architect. Because Leroy Sibbles wasn't just the frontman, he became the session bassist for most of the label's classics. Let's break that down. The bass line for Declaration of Rights? Sibbles. Love Me Forever? Sibbles. Sata Masagana? Full Up? Sibbles. Half of Studio One's catalog? Sibbles behind the bass. And Full Up? That's the same line later reworked into Pass the Dutchie, which sold millions. But how many people knew Leroy created that groove? How many knew that song's DNA was straight from Kingston's underbelly? The truth is, the Heptones were the bridge between Jamaica's innocence and its conscious awakening. Songs like Equal Rights, Freedom Line, and Book of Rules were straight-up rebel philosophy, years before the mainstream caught on. But Babylon don't archive the roots, they market the branches. Leroy Sibbles moved to Canada in the late 70s, not to disappear, but to expand. He kept producing, won a Juno Award, and even built bass lines for artists across genres, from reggae to R&B to early hip-hop. He carried Jamaican soul into the diaspora. So why does the industry rarely mention the Heptones when talking reggae greats? Because they didn't play the fame game. They built foundations, not headlines. And Babylon rarely credits the ones who laid the floor. So next time someone tells you reggae started with Marley, tell them to rewind the tape. The Heptones were already there, bassline in hand, message in harmony.
Bob and the Heptones were contemporaries, but the Heptones were more active in the foundational Studio One era of bass-heavy rocksteady and early reggae. Bob took the message global, but the Heptones helped invent the sound. While Bob was still finding his lane, Leroy Sibbles was building the road. If you love roots reggae, you already love the Heptones, you just didn't know it. Now go and show love to a living legend. Leroy Sibbles isn't just a voice, he's the voice behind some of the deepest bass lines and roots harmonies in reggae history. From the Heptones to Studio One, his impact is carved into the foundation of the music we all love. Don't let legends fade in silence. Let's give flowers while they can still smell them. Visit www.leroysibbles.com. Read his story, stream his music, support the works, respect the roots. Big up Leroy Sibbles every time.
Drop a heart if you're just now realizing how deep this goes. And tag a reggae head who needs to hear the truth. One drop, one love. Stay groovy.